Good whatever time the fuck it is, and welcome to Interviews with Strangers. Today we have some bullshit for you. We're interviewing Jorge Washington. His name is spelt George, which would have made it amazing on the billboards if we advertised for this bullshit, but we don't. Now Jorge, he was being an advocate for the campaign for These Nuts, and they're doing great. These Nuts should win. Vote for These Nuts. But now he's
in theaters June 9th, by the way.
Yeah, don't miss it. Already
at a bookstore near you.
No, yeah, next year. Read about it at the theater.
In the produce aisle.
In the theater. Read about it. Okay. Now he's actually changed his job. He is advocating for methamphetamine use for people in the churches and the mosques and the ashrams who claim to be religious, but they're actually just assholes who are insecure. It's a revolutionary thing. It's called "Don't be a dick, have some drugs, stop making God a bad thing." And Jesus hasn't come back and punched him in the face yet. There's some guys named Jesus who have, and technically that's the same thing, but he's Jorge, not George. Anyways, GW, how have you been these days? How has your campaign been going to get meth use more in the churches and the mosques and the ashrams and?
Well, it's really cool. I'm glad you asked. We have quite a great following, and this actually took up a lot of traction in the last several months. We've rallied. We've done a lot of rallying, a lot of Facebook, a lot of Twitter, and surprisingly, middle schools. Middle school kids happen to be very much attentive to this movement, and I think
to meth,
to the advocating of meth.
Okay.
In the churches and the mosques and the temples and the synagogues and whatnot. So I didn't think we'd have a market there, but forget, somebody came up with the tip and brought it into my room one morning. I was sleeping 6 a.m. Here, look what we got! The middle school kids from all over the nation. So it was, needless to say, that was a big day for us.
Wait, they brought you a tip? Someone wrote that down? Or what do you
somebody, I guess one of my conglomerates, had been looking for different ways to market, and we'd been, I think, 2 weeks almost day and night. Just
tell the people how many. I don't care.
We've been working 2 weeks trying to figure out what would be a good market, who would be a good poster child, so to speak.
How have you been integrated into the church? In the churches, do you talk to pastors? Do you just show up and go, "Hey, who wants some meth?" Because
usually it starts out real discreet. We'll go in pretending like we're lost children in needing of counseling and guidance from a higher power.
You're 32, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So we go into these churches and we sit down acting as if we need help, and we wait for people to reach out to us.
God, my heart is. I'm trying to think I had a heart attack. Keep going. This show's important.
Do you want some meth?
No. Maybe later. Probably not though. But continue your story. Were you going to offer me deep throat?
No. Deep meth.
I had the heart attack. Finish your story. God, this is.
We'll hope he
no, as the show goes on.
Of course. So yeah, we where was I?
You were
Mr. Hayman having a heart attack.
You were. Oh, God. You were talking about how you got into the church. You dressed up as kids and you walked in.
Yeah, like we're lost souls in need of guidance, and it isn't until they soften their hearts and that they reach out to us and they see that we're in despair that they offer us guidance and counseling, and then that's when we offer them meth.
Okay, that makes sense to me.
And
they open up, you get vulnerable, you get vulnerable together, and you go, "Hey, do some meth." Okay, cool. I've heard, this isn't official, but my informants have told me that you're actually doing a spin-off series, but a movie that is you privately filmed, and it's not. Okay, you filmed all the molestation and the sex tape takes place between you pretending to be a child and the pastors and religious figures who have sex with you, and you don't air that because that'd be wrong and fucked up, because that relationship was really holy and wonderful. But you're making a movie of that, which is it's all those scenes are redone, and it's like a commentary on sex in society and different ways of viewing sex. And NAMBLA is very behind it. Is this true? Is this?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to give away too much of the movie, of course.
I believe it's called Harry Potter the ninth installment.
No. The meth installment.
Oh, Harry Potter, the meth installment. Okay, cool.
Yeah, and the opening.
But that
scene,
is happening. This is real. This is real.
It's real.
Oh, good.
I'm not going to give too many spoilers, but I mean, the opening scene involves me starring as an 8-year-old boy getting a line of meth snorted off of my ass by the congregation of preachers and
Okay, so it does star you, but it's not the actual, because you can't get their signatures on this. They won't sign anything. Yeah. So it's okay.
That's
cool.
It was very.
Was there a good market finding people to play those roles? Because I got some friends who are really fucking desperate and like.
You get people hooked on meth, you'd be surprised what you get them to do for the next fix.
That is not the first time I've heard that today.
Yeah, so.
Okay, good to know. More on you though. I've heard that before you went through this, you had a schizophrenic meltdown and changed your personalities when you.
Sorry, it was.
No. It was like a 22-year-old.
It was a nervous twitch.
Oh, okay.
Tourette's.
Is that the meth?
It's a constant battle. No, I don't have anything to do with that stuff.
Okay. My mistake.
Yeah.
I'm gassy today. Anyways,
Maybe it must be the meth.
Or the lack of meth. It's one thing or the other.
Jim Bob.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Jim.
I'm good. Who's Jim Bob?
Ghetto fix.
That's my closet. What are you talking in my closet for? You don't have any friends in my closet. So when you were younger, before this schizophrenic overrule, before you switched personalities, I was told that you were in fact a police officer. And you had a lot of success in the police force, and you were very well instituted, and like you were well connected. And like, I don't want to talk about your insane event where you switch personalities because that's too interesting and people can't deal with that. That's a whole like 2-week conversation. But how was the police force? Do you remember that?
I think it was like 8 years I served on the force,
okay.
And it was fun. It was really, 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 really fun. I mean, I used to catch all the prostitutes and let them go if they blew me, and then I would confiscate all the drugs.
Hi, Mom.
I would confiscate all the drugs that we'd find on our crime scenes, and I found a way to, after we collected a certain amount of meth from our crime scenes, that's when I decided to
do all the meth.
To make the switch.
To do all the meth.
Not to do it all.
All right,
but
so
to put it toward my next, endeavor, of course. Which is what we're talking about now.
Yeah,
so.
it's heart attacks.
Yeah.
All right, so if you could advise the children of the world how to follow their dreams, and remember, everyone's a child. You're just really tall or really fat or really old or ugly. So you ugly, old, fat children. That's who you are.
Old children.
Well, and ugly and fat.
Old babies.
And dumb. And you smell funny. Just going to insult anyone who was stupid enough to watch this. Probably only going to be us who watch this over and over again. Anyways, what would you tell these children how to what would you tell these children on how to advance their lives, how to follow their dreams? From your knowledge after diving into meth. Because a lot of people think meth, that'll save my life, fix my problems.
As long as you eat McDonald's to counter the weight loss, I think you'll be okay. Drop out of school and, say fuck your parents, burn your house down, find meth, and then do it behind McDonald's, and then just rob people as they're going through the drive-thru, and then you'll counter the weight loss, and you'll live a successful life that way. You'll find all of your answers.
Well, Camus does say that. I mean, I'm not going to philosophy. All right. What defines worth to you? Because everyone's like, worth isn't money, worth isn't happiness. Worth is what you say it is. Some people are really happy just getting punched in the face every day because, some people are into BDSM. Like, that's what they need. Like, money's not important. Meth isn't important for them. Some of them like meth, but what do you think? What is a person of your stature, of your grandiose, fantastic achievement? What do you define as worth? Tell the people.
That's a really good question. I would say that I validate my worth based on how many jelly beans I can collect in a single day's time.
Do you have numbers on this? Do you keep count on this?
There's charts and there's stuff. I mean, you should see my garage. It's pretty. I mean,
you have a garage? So yes or no questions.
Hey, I don't know how to answer that. That's one question I just can't answer. I'm sorry.
It's not like this isn't a big dichotomy kind of thing. It's not, I'm not saying are you a Republican or a Democrat, and your answer is like somewhere between. I'm not saying do you believe in God, and your answer is like you're ambiguous and open to learning more about religious, like or about spirituality and about like connectedness, and your definition of God is different than mine. It's you have a garage. It's a room where cars usually go. Doesn't have to necessarily be attached to a house, and you put stuff there. You have one of these rooms where you put stuff.
I'm sorry, what's your question?
Alright, new field of study. Questions. Do you think, not Jimmy Kimmel, who's that kid who I hate, who has a talk show? I mean, he's really talented, I just think he just laughs all
Fallon?
Yeah. Alright. If Jimmy Fallon bent over in front of you and said, "Hey, Betty, please ram me, and like you think I should run for president," what would you say to him? He's bent over in front of you, wants you to penetrate him anally. His pants are on you. I don't know if he wants you to fuck you through the pants. He wants you to rip them off. I don't know what it is. This is you and Jimmy Fallon's moment of romance, truth, power, rape, pain, whatever. Political manifestation.
I would probably take a lighter right outside of his rectum and ask him to fart. But I don't think I'd partake in the act because Jimmy Fallon. It's just not funny.
You think so?
And that doesn't turn me on.
Okay. I think he's very talented as an actor. He's really good.
Great as an actor.
He dances well. But no, he can't. He's okay. I do this too, but I'm not a fucking actor. Like, he laughs at all his own goddamn jokes, and like that's just bad stage presence, and it bugs me. I actually have a friend who looks similar to him, but my friend is better looking, and he's funnier. And I'm like, why don't they give him this show? My friend Daniel Rossi is like, he's funnier and better looking, and more fun to be around, and does better questions. He's got a better stage presence, and I'm like, why isn't? And I was like, whenever Jimmy Fallon comes on, I'm like, it's like if D. Ross were having a bad day, and we're just being an idiot. I'm like, D. Ross, stop being stupid. It's like, essentially, the worst day of my friend Daniel Rossi, telling jokes, just hanging out with him, is better than the absolute best day Jimmy Fallon ever has. Fallon just like somehow has a TV show, and I don't get why that is. Anyways, what was the most wonderful moment of your life in 5 words and with an accent?
Lesbian diarrhea bukkake, Empire State.
That's an answer. I mean, I can't say no to that. Okay, one more question before we go. Who is better, Iggy Pop or the Beatles?
Fastball.
I'm gassy. Use your lifelines next time, ladies and gentlemen. Pants are not required by law. And the law is made up and enforced by gangs who people are afraid of. That's what the government is. Have a great day. Hope you all get blown. And
Brush between meals.